Good morning, guys. Welcome to my channel once again. Today is Saturday, the 24th day of May the year 2025, and as always, I have some well analyzed matches for you. So, talking about yesterday's results, I provided a total of six matches for you, and we missed two. The matches involving Paxi and Kimmich, and then KTP and Haka were the matches that messed us up yesterday. For Paxi, my prediction was Paxi to win at full time and then Haka to score at least one goal, but they all messed up yesterday. Other selections went well. Van versus Punic, my prediction was over 1.5 goals. Tampere versus NIS over 3.5 goals. Jiffen versus HPS over 2.5 goals. Kara- Kukariki versus Zeleznika to score at least one goal. So guys, that was all for yesterday. Today is another day and I've taken my time to come up with very good and well analyze matches for you. So let's see how we can win all our selections today. So without much waste of time, let's get started. The first match, as you can see here, is from the Poland Liga. It's a game involving Jagiellonian and Pogon. My prediction here is over 2 goals at 1.20 odds. So this match is going to be very tough because these two teams are fighting to qualify for the Europa League competition next season, and it's going to be very intense. So we expect to see goals. Jagiellonia scores lots of goals. Pogon also does the same thing. So we expect to see lots of goals in this encounter. Looking at their data here, we can see that Jagiellonia are third on the table, Pogon are fourth on the table. And then we look at the head-to-head between these two teams. We can see here that goals have always been produced almost every time. Average of 2 goals have been produced. Now, talking about their current form here, we can see that Jagiellonia, whenever they play at home, the last six home matches, they won three times, drew two times, and lost once. And they've scored an average of 2 goals, as you can see. And now looking at Pogon away from home, you can see that Pogon are equally a good side. Their last six away matches, they've won two times, drew two times, and lost two times. And you can see here that Pogon also score and concede goals away from home. And then we look at the standings on the table here. We can see that these two teams are fighting to qualify for the Europa competition next season. So it's going to be a very tough match, and we expect to see lots of goals in this encounter. That's why my prediction here is over 2 goals at 1.20 odds. Next, we have a game still from the Poland Liga. It's a game involving Rakow and Wedzio. My prediction here is Rakow to win at full time at 1.27 odds. So here I give Rakow the advantage. They're fighting hard to win the title, and this is going to be the last match. So if Rakow wins this match, they might win the title. Okay, so they need 3 points on this match. So that's why my prediction here is Rakow to win at full time at 1.27 odds. Looking at their data here, we can see that Rakow are second on the table, with you at 13th on the table. And then you look at the head-to-head between these two teams, you can see here that Rakow has won three times, the other fixtures ended in a draw. Now, talking about their current form here, we can see that Rakow, whenever they play at home, their last six home matches, they won five times and lost just once. And then we look at the with you away from home, we can see here that the last six away matches, they've won just once, drew two times, and lost three times. Now, let's take a look at their standings on the table here. So looking at their standings on the table here, you can see that Rakow are second with 66 points. Lech Poznan are first with 67 points. So the point difference is just one. So what this means is that if Rakow wins this match, they might just win this title. So that's how important this match means for Rakow. And I'm sure they want to do everything possible to see how they can win this match at full time at 1.27 odds. Next, we have a match still from the Poland Liga. It's a game involving Lech Poznan and Gliwice. My prediction here is Lech Poznan to win at full time at 1.36 odds. So Lech Poznan is another team that is also fighting hard to win the title. And you can see, as we saw in the previous selection, the points difference between Lech Poznan and Lech Poznan and Krakow is just 1 point. Okay, so Lech Poznan is also trying hard to see how they can win the title. So let's take a look at the data for this match. So looking at their data here, we can see that Lech Poznan are first on the table, Gliwice are 10th on the table. And then look at the head-to-head between these two teams. We can see here that Lech Poznan has won 3 times, Gliwice has won just once. The other fixtures ended in a draw. Now, talking about their current form here, we can see that Lech Poznan has won 4 times and lost just once at home. And then we look at the Gliwice away from home. We can see here that their last 6 away matches, they've won 2 times, drew 2 times, and lost 3 times. Now, looking at their standings on the table here, you can see that Lech Poznan are first with 67 points. And you can see here that the point difference between Lech Poznan and Rakow is just 1 point. So Lech Poznan want to do everything possible to make sure they win this one so they can see how they can win the title. So that's why my prediction here is Lech Poznan to win at full time at 1.36 odds. Next, we have this one from the Israel Premier League. It's a game involving Maccabi Tel Aviv and Beta Jerusalem. My prediction here is Maccabi Tel Aviv to win at full time at 1.30 odds. So here's another team that needs maximum points. Maccabi Tel Aviv, they need to win this match at full time. Let's look into their data. So looking at the data here, we can see that Maccabi Tel Aviv are first on the table, Beta Jerusalem are fourth on the table. Head-to-head between these two teams shows Beta Jerusalem has won 3 times, Maccabi Tel Aviv 2 times. Now talking about their current form here, we can see that Maccabi Tel Aviv, whenever they play at home, the last 6 home matches, they've won 3 times, lost once, and drew 2 times. And then when we look at Beta Jerusalem away from home, we can see here that the last 6 away matches they won 2 times, drew once, and lost 3 times. Now looking at their standings on the table here, we can see that Maccabi Tel Aviv are first with 77 points. Hapoel Beersheva are second with 75 points. So the point difference is just 2. Maccabi Tel Aviv will want to do everything possible to make sure they get 3 maximum points here because 3 points will extend their lead, will make sure they win, they become league winners. Okay, so they want to do everything possible to make sure they achieve that. So that's why my prediction here is Maccabi Tel Aviv to win at full time at 1.30 odds. Next, we have this one from the Switzerland Super League. It's again involving Lugano and Young Boys. My prediction here is Young Boys to score at least one goal at 1.16 odds. So Young Boys has been very consistent. They have the players and they're in very good form right now. We expect them to score at least one goal here at 1.16 odds. Looking at the data here, we can see that Lugano are fourth on the table, Young Boys are 10th on the table. And then we look at the head-to-head between these two teams, you can see that Young Boys score almost every time they meet with Lugano, as you can see. Now, talking about their current form here, we can see that Lugano, whenever they play at home, the last 6 matches, they won 2 times, lost 3, and drew once. And then look at the Young Boys away from home. We can see here that the last 6 away matches, Young Boys has won 2 times, lost 3, and drew once. And you can see that Young Boys scores almost every time they play away from home. So we expect them to score today. We expect them to score at least one goal at 1.16 odds. Next, we have this one from the Ukraine Premier League. It's a game involving Dynamo Kiev and Carlos. My prediction here is Dynamo Kiev to win at full time at 1.27 odds. So here, Dynamo Kiev needs this match to win the title. This is the final match for the season for them, and 3 points will ensure they win the title. Let's look into the data. So looking at the data here, we can see that Dynamo Cave are first on the table, Colors are ninth on the table. And then we look at the head-to-head between these two teams. Has won three times. The other fixtures ended in a draw. Now talking about their current form here, we can see that Dynamo Cave, their last six home matches, they've won five times and drew just once. And then we look at Colors away from home, we can see that their last six away matches, they've won four times and lost two times. Now, looking at their standings on the table here, you can see that Dynamo Kiev are first with 69 points. PFK are second with 63 points. So the point difference is just three. And I believe Dynamo Kiev will want to pick 3 points here because 3 points will ensure they win the title. And it's going to be a home match. I'm sure Dynamo Kiev want to win so they can, get their title with a victory. So for this reason, we expect them to win this one. That's why my prediction here is Dynamo Kiev to win at full time at 1.27 odds. Finally, for today, we have this one from the Armenian Premier League. It's a game involving Ararat, Yerevan, and Oratu. My prediction here is over 1.5 goals at 1.24 odds. So here we go into the goal market and we expect to see goals. These two teams are very good in goal scoring. They score and concede lots of goals. So we expect to see them score up to two goals here at 1.24 odds. Let's look into the data for this match. So looking at the data here, we can see that Arat Yerevan are 8 on the table. Arat Yerevan are 8 on the table. Oratu are 8 on the table. And then we look at the head-to-head between these two teams. You can see here that goals have always been produced. These two teams always score goals whenever they meet. And now talking about their current form here, we look at Ararat Yerevan at home. We can see here that their last six home matches, they won two times, drew two times, and lost two. And they've scored and conceded goals every time they play at home. And now looking at Oratu away from home, we can see here that their last six away matches, they've won four times and drew two times. And you can see that they've averaged two goals every time they play away from home. So we expect to see goals on this match. These two teams are very good in goal scoring and they should produce at least two goals here at 1.24 odds. So guys, these are all the matches I have for you today. And as you can see, they're all well analyzed and backed up with data. The total odds is 5.20. Always remember to bet responsibly. Football can be very funny. Even with the best analysis, anything can still happen. So make sure you bet responsibly and do not forget to like this video, share and subscribe to this channel if you haven't done so. Also remember to join our Telegram channel. The link is pinned to the comment section of this video. Thank you so much guys. I'll see you again in my next video.